Good morning po, Attorney Imelda Manalaysay. We are students from Holy Spirit Academy of Malolos under the strand Humanities and Social Sciences. So we are here to conduct an interview regarding your experiences in being a lawyer.
Good morning and welcome.
So I am Godfrey Diass.
I am Justin Malreyes.
I'm Johanna Valerio.
I'm Germany too.
I'm Marlene Valerio.
I'm Bertama.
And I'm Marie.
Welcome to my hole in the wall.
Shall we start?
Okay.
So the first question is, how long have you been a lawyer?
Since 1991. I took the bar in 1990. So I've been practicing since 1991.
Second question po is, what inspired you to become a lawyer?
Honestly, I cannot remember anymore. I just know. I think I was 11 or 12 when I knew I wanted to be a lawyer. At that time, probably I didn't understand what lawyering was. But I cannot think of any specific or one particular reason why I wish to become a lawyer.
Next question. What are the qualities of a lawyer?
I think foremost, you should be in love with reading. If you're interested in getting into law school, you should be a voracious reader talaga. And look at the books behind me. Okay? And this is only a small portion of what you are supposed to read to become a lawyer. And when you become a lawyer, it doesn't stop there. You have to read more every day. If you go to the other room, makikita nyo, you'll see files. One case might involve this much records. You have to constantly read. Everything begins and ends with documents. So, then what else? You have to be low maintenance in terms of supervision. You have to be able to work even in the absence of supervision because you owe your clients loyalty. In lawyering, day in, day out, you are mindful of deadlines. Usually, the court will only give you 10 days to reply, 5 days to do this, 15 days usually to file an answer or a pleading. So you have to be constantly mindful of these deadlines. So even without anyone telling you you have a deadline to meet, you really have to be mindful of these things. So what else? Discipline. As a lawyer, you have to have a lot of self-discipline. Because otherwise, you might lose your cases. And it might cost your clients not only money, but of course lives, liberties. Because worst case scenario, due to negligence, you might end up sending an innocent person to jail. So, offhand, these are the things I can think of.
Next question. Have you somehow been involved in politics or not?
Politics, not directly, but I would say that through family members and clients, I am indirectly involved in politics. Lawmaking, again, not directly, not personally. But of course, several lawyers, many lawyers are into legislation, but personally, no direct involvement.
So for the next question, as a lawyer, how important are laws to your practice?
Syempre, we live, we eat, we breathe the law. So everything. When a client comes to us, when they start telling you their concerns, their narrative, already at the back of your mind, you already know which laws are applicable. So everything we do, even our dreams revolve around the law. So,
Next question. How many court and jury trials have you had?
I cannot remember anymore, no? Since I'm, especially in my case, I'm a litigation lawyer. So to say probably 1,000 would be a safe estimate, but I really cannot remember anyone. A lot. A lot.
Next. What's the most memorable case you've handled?
Every case is memorable. I think because every case is unique in its way. But what can I think of? I had one murder case, no? He is from Obando, and by his account, and from my assessment, it was really a case of mistaken identity. Why? The alleged assailant was covered with a ski mask. No? Apparently, the victim was attacked while having dinner in Obando. This happened in Obando years ago. And the assailant was a person wearing a ski mask. And the assailant was able to escape. Lo and behold, my client, after a month, was arrested, supposedly for committing the crime. Okay? Did we win the case? Yes. No? I got him acquitted. Why? Reasonable doubt. No, how could anyone say that it was my client when the person who committed the crime was covered with a ski mask? No? Interestingly, yung prosecution claim na yung witness nila was able to identify the assailant through a mole, no, on I think one of the cheeks, no, and so the policeman who arrested my client came up with a cartographic sketch with a mole, no, on the alleged on the suspect. So during trial, I recall in one of the when it was our turn to present evidence, I made a manifestation in court. No, I said, Your Honor, please note that my client is this person. Please note he doesn't have any mole on his face. And then I called the court's attention to the cartographic sketch. I also said, Your Honor, and also please note that he does not bear any scar, no, showing or at least implying that he had the mole removed. So, yun. So, we got an acquittal. It was a happy day kasi it could have gone either way. My client was in jail for 5 years for that Trump up case. So, ayun, na siya. I think he's now barangay chairman in Binwangan in Obando. So, I still see him. He visits once in a while. Gives me seafood all the time as a token of appreciation. Even the family up to now. So I mean, offhand, one of the more memorable cases. It was a difficult case. The other party, the prosecution, well off yung family. They owned a newspaper, I think in Valenzuela or somewhere there. Talagang they really spent money. And the lawyers, the private prosecutors were among the most expensive lawyers in the country. It was a difficult, and I recall after that, even the judge was so happy for us. Even the judge congratulated me and even said it was a very good case, well-acted case.
So our next question is, what do you think of the current justice system?
It's not perfect. Far from perfect. We have a long ways to go. But what to do? Yeah? We are in this, we live here. So in the meantime, we have a saying in law, dura lex sed lex. The law is hard, but that's the law. So we may not be in full agreement with everything, but we have to comply. So what do we do as lawyers in the meantime? You make sure you protect your client's rights within what is available now. That's where lobbying comes in also. No? As lawyers, I have clients who are well-known politicians, legislators, and through them, we communicate our suggestions No? Probably you can legislate, sponsor a bill, doing this, doing that. So things like that. We have a long ways to go. I've also had the privilege of practicing very limitedly in the United States. No? So I've seen how different and how much better, how more advanced they are than we are. But in the meantime, we make do with what we have.
So, Attorney, what laws do you think should be urgently passed or enacted?
This will go against the teachings of the Catholic Church. I have been lobbying for the divorce bill. Why? Many of our kababayans cannot afford annulment, and I see the divorce bill as a chance for them to improve themselves, their situations. You'll be surprised. I know in real life, in the real world, many of our kababayans who cannot afford annulment are living, without marriage for the longest time. Napakarami. It's so hard to quantify. No? I mean, I'm a Catholic, no? I think given certain limitations, we can pass the divorce law without violating church laws. I have clients who have gone through church annulment. You'll be surprised. The church annulment is more lenient than civil law annulment. I think if there's a way to reconcile, let us please reconcile and allow divorce. When I say divorce law, it's not going to be like if you don't get along, you can get divorced. Nothing like that. No, but probably the grounds that the church follows for church annulment may also be adopted as grounds for divorce. Just to make it more cost efficient, no, and more within the reach of our kababayans. So that's one law I'm seriously lobbying for.
Or any other laws?
Any other laws? Right now, wala akong maisip. There's one more. There's, what do you call this? Amendments to the revised penal code. Hard to go into details, but we have to have several more amendments to the revised penal code. Again, for example, ang iisip ko is as to adultery, bigamy, concubinage. For women who are suffering, from what their husbands are doing, it's so hard to sue for adultery. On the other hand, not adultery, for concubinage. On the other hand, men who feel like they have grounds, against their wives for adultery, it's so easy. So I think we should also introduce amendments to those laws para to level the field. I cannot think of specific laws right now.
Next question. Based from your observation, what are the positive and negative attributes of the current administration?
Current administration. I think this administration doesn't have, contrary to what they project, na political will. I think this administration lacks political will. Magaling manindak, pero kulang sa action. That's my personal take. So I'm not saying it's just the president, it's the administration. So I'm referring to the government. Um, yun, no? So it's frustrating. And then, as a lawyer, I find it very frustrating that they violated the independence of the Supreme Court. No? For the first time, we had a Supreme Court justice, not even a chief, huwag na natin sabihin Chief Justice, but a Supreme Court justice who was removed by mere quo warranto. Among lawyers, no, we have in our Constitution that justices of the Supreme Court may only be removed through impeachment. That's an unconditional provision of the Constitution. But lo and behold, is Kalida, no? Secretary Kalida, OSG Kalida, who introduced the concept of quo warranto and started removing people through quo warranto. Personally, as a lawyer, and this is an opinion shared by many lawyers, it was wrong for any Chief Justice to be, any justice for that matter, to be removed through quo warranto. It should have been through impeachment only. So that's one of the things that stand out in my mind. So what else have they done? So that's the executive. Okay, even sa legislative branch of government, this administration has shown disrespect to the legislative branch of government. Why? The removal of a speaker. Again, that's, it's a political act, but I think recently they admitted that he was removed because of the machinations of Mayor Sara Duterte. So again, that's disrespecting the equality of the executive, the legislative, and the judicial branches of government. Dapat to each his own. Masyadong garapal. I'm sure it's been done before, but nothing as garapal as this administration has been doing. So that's my personal view.
And lastly po, what improvements do you think should be made in the executive branch of the government?
A lot. First of all, I think the president should be more sensitive to his public demeanor, to his public pronouncements. He is, after all, the father of the country. So, regardless of his personal, because he keeps saying he justifies his mistakes by saying that's how I am. People elected me despite my personality. Now that he's president, he represents all of us. And he speaks for all of us. So I would hate it. I would hate for anyone to say bad words or cuss words on my behalf. I would rather do that on my own. So, that's on a superficial level. No? I think he would do more for the economy. So I also hope he would, I think the president, more than anything else, should strengthen the institutions. So strengthen the courts, strengthen the police, strengthen the legislative branches of branch of government, the institutions, not the persons, not Bato de la Rosa, not Bongo, not Mayor Duterte, no, not the persons, the institutions. All of us will be gone for sure, no? But let us leave the institutions. So that's what I wish the president would do. Okay na? Okay, so
thank you.
Thank you, and I enjoyed this short conversation.
Attorney Manalas, thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us time
You're welcome.
to share your insights and your experiences as a lawyer. We guarantee that we will apply this in the future.
Good luck, and to anyone who's interested in lawyering, come to my office as OJT.
So, attorneys
you.
are talking appreciation.
Thank you. And we will have merienda. Thank you. Nagabala pa. Ooh, I like this. I like kakanin. Thank you.